The thousands of players that have played in the NBA, I got him number 2 all time.
Yeah.
Are you sweating?
If somebody said you weren't number 1, you don't feel insulted.
No.
So why you got to be insulted about LeBron?
Because.
That's emotion.
No,
That's
it ain't no
my
emotion.
point. That's emotion. Do you know that when Michael Jordan was playing, there was never a debate ever as to who was the best in the world? Did you know that? There was never a debate. Even before Michael Jordan won the title in 91, from 88 on, it was clear that Michael Jordan, even with Larry Bird or Magic Johnson winning championships, it was clear that Michael Jordan was the best player in the world. Larry Bird called him God in gym shorts.
Had to run out, catch it, now throws it back to Michael. Caught it with one hand from 15 off the board.
Talk about an athlete. What a shot. A save.
Ball, but he's bottled up Jordan with the recovery, and Jordan is fouled.
Shannon Sharpe froze for a second, not because he had nothing to say, but because StephenASmith had just cut straight to the bone. The question was so simple, yet it shook the room. If somebody says you're not number 1, why does that offend you? Silence, because in that moment, it stopped being a basketball debate. It became a debate about ego, about legacy, about identity. And here's the thing, Stephen A. wasn't just throwing numbers around. He ripped open the one myth that had been fueling NBA talk for years, that LeBron James has somehow passed Michael Jordan. As the GOAT.so, how did he dismantle that myth in minutes? By pointing to the stat that ends the argument before it even starts. Jordan's finals record, 6 appearances, 6 championships, not a single Game 7. That isn't just dominance. That's perfection. Stephen A. didn't drown anyone in trivia. He didn't go searching for obscure accolades. He boiled it down to what everyone remembers. Jordan showed up on the biggest stage and never left room for doubt. LeBron, 4 rings, 6 finals losses, and yes, a couple of sweeps, but Stephen A. dug deeper. He reminded everyone those LeBron sweeps, they happened in best-of-7 series. Jordan's only sweeps came in the old best-of-5 days, against peak Celtic squad stacked with Bird, McHale, Parrish, and DJ. Once the NBA switched to best-of-7, Jordan was never swept again. Not once, though. That's what separates being great from being the greatest. Dominance when the lights are brightest. And from there, Stephen A. peeled back even more layers, because the difference isn't just in the wins. It's in the way those wins were earned. Jordan's rings weren't just trophies. They were statements. 10-time scoring champ, 9-time All-Defensive First Team, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. That's owning both ends of the floor. LeBron, 1 scoring title, 5 All-Defensive nods, 0 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Incredible career, yes, but number 2 is still number 2. And as Stephen A. made clear, the gap between 1 and 2 isn't a hairline crack. It's a canyon.
Jumping under, throws it off the backboard. Oh, what a perfect pass to himself.
And here's where perception changes everything. During LeBron's prime, debates never stopped. Was he really the best? Was Kobe still in the mix? Was Duncan more reliable? Did Steph actually reshape the game more? At every turn, LeBron was in the conversation, but never out of it. Jordan? From the moment he dropped 63 on Boston in the playoffs as a second-year player, the conversation was over. Larry Bird, who lived through it, didn't just compliment him. He said flat out, that was God disguised as Michael Jordan. That came from Larry Legend himself. Jordan didn't need ESPN campaigns, social media hype, or endless GOAT debates. The players crowned him. The coaches crowned him. The league crowned him. And that's a respect LeBron has never consistently owned. And when you zoom out to how they built their empires, the contrast gets even louder. Jordan didn't bolt to join super teams. He didn't call up Barkley or Ewing to stack the deck. He stayed in Chicago, took the punches, and built a dynasty brick by brick. LeBron, Miami with Wade and Bosh, back to Cleveland with Kyrie and Kevin Love, then Los Angeles with Anthony Davis. Again, nothing wrong with using player freedom. But as Stephen A. said, there's a difference between riding the wave and being the wave. Jordan was a wave. 6 titles in 8 years with 2 retirements sprinkled in. And he didn't need a PR army defending his case. His greatness defended itself, but LeBron? His fans are always in defense mode. That's a tell. Stephen A. nailed it with one brutal observation. Jordan's fans never had to debate. LeBron's fans are constantly defending. That's not dominance. That's insecurity wrapped in loyalty, and Shannon Sharpe's reaction proved it. He said he didn't feel insulted when people don't put LeBron at number one, but his eyes told a different story. That flicker of emotion is exactly what Stephen A. was exposing. Jordan's greatness doesn't need emotional defense. LeBron's legacy lives in constant explanation. And that's the thing. LeBron's resume requires context. You have to explain the decision. You have to explain Dallas in 2011. You have to explain the sweeps. You have to explain 6 finals losses. You're always explaining, always rationalizing that that's not GOAT energy. That's PR energy. Jordan, he never had to explain. His game did the talking. 6-4-6 in the finals. No Game 7s. No stacked teams. No disclaimers. When the stakes were highest, he simply delivered. And the legends knew it. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Pat Riley, all of them crowned him without hesitation. Even players today, the very stars who grew up with LeBron posters on their walls, still admit Jordan is a standard, because deep down, they know the truth. Jordan wasn't just a player. He was a measuring stick. That's what Stephen A. reminded the world. If you were there, if you watched Jordan live, you don't need debates or comparisons. You need new words just to explain what you saw. He wasn't just dominating games. He was redefining what basketball was. Every move, every shot, every finals moment felt inevitable. LeBron might be the most versatile player we've ever seen. He can score, pass, rebound, lead, adapt, all at the highest level. But Jordan was the most feared. And in sports, fear is the rarest, purest form of respect. When Jordan stepped on the floor, you weren't just competing, you were surviving. That aura, that inevitability, is something numbers can't measure. So where does that leave the GOAT debate? The numbers already deliver the cleanest MIC drop stat in history. 6-4-6 in the finals. Never needed a Game 7. Never begged for a super team. Never once stopped being the unquestioned number one. His dominance wasn't situational. It was absolute. LeBron, legendary, record-breaking, inspiring, a career that will never be duplicated. But the crown? That's not something you can self-proclaim. It's not won in interviews, social media campaigns, or retirement tours. The crown is something the game itself hands you. And the game already handed it to Michael Jordan. Decades a GO.NO debates. No qualifiers. No what IFS. Just truth. The kind of truth that echoes through generations, untouched by time.
Overtime in Game 2 of our best-of-5 first-round NBA playoff.